Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hacktoberfest with Hashdefine. I am Rohan Gupta, member of Senior Council Hashdefine team from BPIT. It is now time for hands-on to introduction on Git and GitHub. I hope everyone is excited and you would be ready with your desktop or laptop. So let's get started. Before that, may I ask how many of you are aware of Git and GitHub? You can raise your hands. How many of you are aware of Git and GitHub? Nice, we see some of your hands. Great. So some people are aware of Git and GitHub. Pretty cool. Don't worry if others are not aware of Git and GitHub. There's no problem. Today in this session we will definitely be learning about what Git and GitHub are. Okay, nice. So here are some of the key points. First of all, let us discuss a few points. What is GitHub? Okay. GitHub is a software as a service business model by Microsoft which offers a wide variety of features like code hosting, version control system, collaborative coding, automation and CI/CD, security, client apps, project management, and a lot more. Currently, these were some of the features. Currently, let's focus on the coding part and the version control part. Okay. Before that, let me explain what is version control system. Version control software is used actively for tracking changes in any set of files and coordinate with other people on the distributed code. For example, I have a code base and I am working on it. Okay, and another person also wants to contribute in my code base or make some changes. So how would we do that? We can simply share files over any social media platform or simply file transfer, and he can make the changes. But just think about if we have a project which is in megabytes, hundreds of megabytes of size. Would that be simple for you to just download that 500 megabyte project, change one line, and send that project back to me? No. It's very difficult. So that for here we introduce version control system, that is Git, which is used for actively tracking changes any set of file and coordinate with other people among the distributed code that we all are working on it. Okay. With it we can manage code history, changes in it, and a lot more things. And what Git and GitHub all together are, that's what we need in our coding and project development environment, and guess for Hacktoberfest as well, for which we all are here. Okay. For now, it's good to follow along with me, but in case you get stuck anywhere, just follow the GitHub documentation. It is best to follow with me. But in case you feel like you have missed any command or something, feel free to open this link. But give me a moment. I will share this presentation with link with you in chat box. You can open this chat box in your browser. Got the link?
Chat box is not visible to attendees.
Okay, just open this link and
Wait, chat box is not
okay,
available.
so you can see the link on my screen. Just
we will be sharing all the links
No
and
problem.
the stuff on
You can
the Discord
just,
server as well. So like you can check it out there.
Okay.
you can simply open this link from slide.com and in your browser, and it will be visible. Okay. So here is the GitHub documentation link. You can follow this also. Moreover, in case you feel that you want to explore in depth about Git and GitHub, you can simply open this GitHub course on GitHub course. Okay. And most importantly, if you feel you are stuck anywhere, you can also ask in Hashdefine WhatsApp group and Discord server, which are always open for you. And any of the moderator, admin, or council member will surely help you with it. After the session, we will also be having a voice chat on Discord where we can have this. Where we will have discussion on various topics and with our seniors, and you can join that voice chat and get your queries cleared there as well. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I hope you have already created an account on GitHub. If no, let's create one. Just give me a minute. Let me open that tab. I'm sharing my screen. Give me a minute. Stop sharing screen. Okay, now my screen will be visible to you. You can simply create the GitHub account by visiting github.com. It will just take take more than 1 minute. Just here. Okay. Creating an account of your account. Okay. Setting it is all working. Just
Rohan,
change your email you need. When
Rohan, your voice is cutting.
Voice lag is there and a glitch is also there.
1 minute. Is it okay now? Hello, hello.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Fine now.
Hello.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so I'm okay. So I will open github.com/Vinofrg. Vinofrg is my username. Simply you will also have your username. Oh, github.com/ is the right link. So this once you open the github.com/your username, you will get a similar page where you have your name written and your username. Okay. After setting your GitHub account, we need to install Git. See, earlier I explained what is Git. So now we need to install Git. Our team member will share the installation link for Git in the chat box. So also I will show you Git download. You can simply write git download on your browser, and here will be the link git-scm.com, and here you can go to the download tab. In download tab you can choose your platform. For example, mine is Windows. I will click on Windows. Okay, so 64-bit minus 64-bit version. So I will download the setup. Once downloaded, I will open the setup file. Here is the git.exe file.
Sorry to disturb you, but can you speed down a little bit? You are going too fast.
Okay, no problem. Once downloaded, you can install the setup file. Click on next, use or install. This will remove any previous Git installation files. Okay. Is everyone following along with me?
Yes.
If yes, raise your hands. Raise your hand in case you are following with me. Fine. Okay. So here Git is installing. It will not take more than few minutes.
In case someone doesn't have an access to a computer at this moment, don't worry. We will also upload the recording of the session on YouTube. So yeah, the link will be available to all.
Once installed, you will see a screen like this, which is Git Bash. Git Bash is also a terminal sort of thing which provides CLI type of thing where you can interact with the computer. So once Git Bash is installed, now we need to set up Git. To set up Git, we have to follow few basic commands. Just a moment. Git setup github.com. Reference from the original GitHub doc. This is GitHub docs website, and from here you can follow the steps as I showed earlier. We will not be using GitHub CLI here. We are using Git Bash. 1 minute. So once installed, you need to set up your username. You can use this command. We need to set up two things: username and our email address. So open Git Bash. In case you don't know how to open, just click on Start button. Right here, Git Bash. Okay. Once open, you will have to write git config -- global user dot name. In username, you have to write your username that you entered while creating GitHub account. So mine is RG. Okay. Once username is set up, now you need to set up email. Press the up arrow key to come to the previous command and edit name and write email. Okay, so git config --global user.email, and in email you have to write that email which you with which you created the GitHub account. Okay, -rohgmail@gmail.com. okay, just hit enter. Okay, now this was the basic setup, and we just completed it. Now we will create our first repository. Okay, so creating first repository is very simple. Let's go ahead. Is everybody fine till now? Have you been able to create account? Okay, any problems?
Can you go
I
a
hope that
little
was
bit
simple,
slow?
and many of you would already be having your account. Okay. Any problem till now?
Can you get little bit slow?
Yes. Devanshu, in case you face any problem, you can discuss with you can share that in our hash defined WhatsApp groups.
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, let's go ahead. We will create our first repository. Creating first repository is very simple. Just open github.com and your username, and here you will see the dashboard, your profile page, and here you need to click on the top right plus sign. Okay, and you will click on this. You will see an option to create new repository, and here you have to give a name. Here you have to give a name to your repository. Your repository name is unique in the scope of your account. Okay, so no other repository can have the same name within your account. Okay, so I will choose git -github -basics. This will be the name of my repository. So I will give it a small description: Hacktoberfest Git and
Hey Rohan, can you please go a little bit slower and please tell the members what is a repository first? Many of them are having issues.
Okay, no problem. So once you have created an account, a repository is a code base where you host your code. Okay, consider consider a room where you have multiple boxes. Okay, and in each box you keep your own material, and you it's the same thing. Like repository, consider repository as a box in a room only. So in this repository you host your code, and in this code base you can share and anyone on the web, until this repository is public, anyone on the internet can see this repository and visit your repository, make changes to your code base, means create a pull request, see your code base, and a lot more. Also you can create a private repository which will be only visible to you. Okay, so that was what is a repository. So we have chosen a name for our repository, that is git -github basics. Okay, then come down to the choose public. It's already chosen, and add a readme.mp file. Check this box, add a readme.mp file. Okay, everyone is following till now? Any problem? Fine till here?
Yes.
Okay, now we will just click on this button, create repository, and in few simple steps our repository will be made. Okay, now this is a remote repository, means this repository exists somewhere in the web, and the data inside is in on some servers. Okay, so how will I code this on my local environment? See, currently this repository is empty. Not empty, it has a single readme.mp file. Okay, that file is empty. Okay, now how would I edit that file? To edit that file, I need to open that file on my local PC. Okay, and to open that file on local PC, I need to access the complete repository, and to access the complete repository I need to bring it to my local environment. Means my local environment is my this PC, where I am working, where I have my files, drives. Okay, so once I have created the repository, now I need to bring it to my local environment. So how would I bring it to my local environment? Just a minute.
Pull request.
Okay, So to bring that local repository in our environment, I will clone that repository. Okay, to clone that repository, there is a simple command git clone. Okay, git clone and the link of the repository. Where is the link of repository? Here it is. See git GitHub basics, and here this is the link of repository. This one, https github.com username, name of the repository .git. I will copy this link and paste it here. Okay, right click, paste, enter, and this will clone this repository into my environment. Okay, so currently I have not chosen any directory, so I will close this, open my C drive, documents, and here I will open terminal. Okay, in terminal, git once git is installed, you can also access with command prompt, PowerShell, or any other terminal that you have in your PC. So here I will write again git clone and the link of repository. Okay, sorry, clone. I'll copy the link from here, paste, and this is cloning that repository into GitHub basics. In my C drive users, my username documents, it created the same repository that was available on that remote environment. Okay, so this remote repository is now in my local environment, and now I can access the files and the everything else that was in that repository. So to go inside that repository, I will use simple cd means change directory command. It is same on both Linux, Mac, and Windows. CD and the name of the folder which inside in which you want to go. Okay, folder or repository, same thing. So I will write git minus GitHub minus basics. This is the name of my repository I want to go inside. So I will press enter. cd git GitHub basics. Okay, now you can see I am inside that repository. This repository has currently one readme.md file, and to open this repository inside Visual Studio Code, see, for development you need to have a text editor. Okay, any text editor like Atom, VS Code will work. In case you don't have any text editor till now, just press the dot button on your on your repository homepage, and it will automatically open the VS Code in your browser. Okay, but I have already VS Code installed, so I won't be using this one, and I'm going back to my repository. Okay, here I am back again. It is the same, the VS Code in the browser and the Windows environment, it is the same. I'm back to my terminal.
By the way, it is not possible to run your code on the browser VS Code. You have to pay for extra cloud space for that.
Okay, so this is my repository, and I will write code space dot. This command will open VS Code. This command will open that repository in my VS Code. Okay, and here you can see that there is one readme.md file that I created while time of creating the repository. Here it automatically gave a title to that repository, GitHub basics, and the description that I entered, Hacktoberfest, Git and GitHub basics. Okay, let me split screen. So you have understood what is a repository, where we host the code, where our code exists. And since that repository was in that remote environment, means that on GitHub server. Okay, this code was existing on that GitHub server, and now I have cloned that repository and bring it to my local environment. Now this repository, and I can now access the code, edit the code of this repository in my local environment. This is my local environment, VS Code currently open here. Okay, so I want to make a change in my repository. Let's say, okay, here is the readme.md file, and I want to add a second line here, a third line here, which says something, and I want to push that. I want to commit that change. Commit is same as saving. For example, change in your code base, and now you want to save that change for everyone. Means for example, currently I have access to this repository. Okay, for example, my friend B has also access to this repository, and I want him to see that third line. Okay, so I have to commit that thing. I have to commit that code change and push it to my repository. Pushing means uploading that, because this is my local repository. Okay, and the actual repository exists on the cloud environment, on the remote environment. So once I change the code here, and now after committing it, means after saving it, I have to push that into the cloud environment, that is the remote environment. So I will push that using some command. For now, let's make some change. I will write here, this is the third line. I have edited it. Okay, I will save this file, Control S. I have saved this file, and I will open the terminal. I will open a terminal here, terminal control here. Okay, new terminal. You can click on top bar, terminal, and new terminal. This will open one for you. This terminal is same as the one in your normal, like CMD or Git Bash. Everything accessible, every command that runs there will also run here. Okay. Now I have cloned the repository. Now also this was the command to go inside that. This is the line that I added. Now let's save this commit. Let's save this change and make a commit. Okay, so first command you need to write is git add the file name, the change that you made in the which file, readme.empty file. Okay, so here you need to write git add readme.empty. I made change in this file, so git add space readme.empty. Okay, see the simple changes here. Once I add this file, I have to give it a commit message. See, I have added this to tracking means stage changes, that these changes are need to be pushed onto my remote repository. So I have currently stated this change. Okay, now I want to give it a commit message, so I will write git commit space -m. -m is a argument which states message, and in double inverted commas I will give it a message. Message is simply a message that other people can see for their reference. It doesn't change anything in technical. So I will give it a message, give a message here like made changes in readme.empty file. Okay, and I will enter. Okay, so it says one file change, one file, which file? Readme.empty file, and one line insertion. One insertion means one line was inserted into this file. Which file? Readme.empty file. Okay, now I have committed the change, means I have saved this change. But wait, you think I have saved the change and it will be visible in my remote repository? Okay, this is what you think, but let's open this remote repository in our browser. github.com git -github git -6 github basics.
The name was wrong, right?
No. Here is my GitHub basic repository, and here is the file, that readme.empty file. Okay, now let's open this file and see what's inside it. Actually, in my VS Code, I added this is the third line, and I have edited it. But you can see that line is not visible. Why? Because the change that I made currently has been saved into my local repository, the repository which is in my PC. Okay, now I need to upload this change to the remote repository. So for that I will use simple command git space push means to upload the change. Origin means where we have to push this change, and I will give the name of my branch. I will later explain what the branch is, but for now the branch is the on the current line on which you are working. Here you can see your branch name. By default it has a name called main. Okay, so here is the main branch. I will go back to my VS Code and give the branch name. So git push, where the action that need to perform, that is push. We need to push our code where stated by origin and the name of the branch main. So git push origin main. What it will do is to that it will compress the code base and save push that code base into the override the, it will simply override that remote repository. Okay, not override, but just push the changes in that remote repository. Okay, now let me refresh this page again, and here you can see that third line. This is the third line I have edited. It's not third because I edited in a readme.md file, and \n is not simply followed there. Okay, so here is the change that I made. Okay, just not 1 minute. So now this is how we made a simple commit. So till now everyone did follow, everyone was able to follow till now. Any problem? Was that okay till now?
What is a .md file?
Yeah, Rajat, .md is the markdown file.
readme.md file is a markdown file. Okay.
So which language will execute that file?
Yes, Madhav. No, this is not an executable file. Readme.md file is a markdown file. In markdown file, your noise is coming from your background. MD file is a markdown file. In markdown file, you write give introduction, give about what is about, like say that information file .txt file. It is similar to that, but it is stylable, means you can give style to it. For example, you can create a bullet. For example, if I write -sign, this will create a bullet. This is a bullet. Okay, this way it will create a bullet. Or for example, if you want to create a heading, if you write hash, this is a heading. This is a stylable file, not an executable file. Okay, so no one runs it. It is simply visible in the browser when you open it. Again, I save the change, I write the command. I'm repeating the same commands again. Okay, git add readme.md. So it added the file into the staging area. Now I will commit that change. I will save that change. Git commit -m made the second change. Now I will push that change onto the remote repository. Git push origin main. Okay, the change will now simply be visible here. See, this is a bullet and this is a heading. Okay, this was how we simply created our first commit. Okay. The commands for your reference. In case you have opened this slide in your browser, you can see the commands, or you can use the same commands. Okay. Now Achit Jain will share his screen, and I will show you something interesting. Okay, Achit, please share your screen.
Is it visible?
Can everyone see Achit's screen?
Yes.
I'll go to the WinOfRG.
Okay, so Achit will open that repository. Correct. He is going to my profile and he is opening that repository which we currently made. Okay, we currently made Git and GitHub Basics repository. Okay, now he will open that repository in his environment. Okay, so see, this repository belongs to me, right? So he cannot simply come to this repository and make any changes to it, right? He cannot just simply clone into his environment. He can clone into it, he can make changes to it, but he cannot push that changes to my repository. Okay, so this will everyone can. Okay, 1 minute. Slides. So to make any change into my repository, what Achit need to do is to fork my repository. Okay, what forking is? Forking simply copy that repository make a duplicate copy of that repository into his account. His account has another username Achit J. Okay, so this will clone that repository into his account. So by pressing that top button or top right button 4, this repository will get cloned into his account. Achit J. Yes, right. You can also follow along with us. Here, I will share the link. Achit, can you share the link of this repository platform?
Sure. I'm sharing it on Discord as well, in the link section. So
You can also go to Winof. You can also go to Winof RG profile and check there.
Okay, but you can simply once you open this link in your browser, you will see the same page, and on top right you can press the same button fork. Okay, once you fork this repository, it will clone that repository into your account. Okay, and once the repository gets forked, you can make any changes to it, and you are free to make any changes to it. Okay.
okay, so like see, this is Rohan's repository, and this is mine. It's an exact copy of his, like, and like when if Rohan makes changes, you can even update your own repository. Okay. So yeah, continue, Rohan.
So now Achit will clone this repository into his local environment. See, now our aim is that I will make a change in my repository, and that change should be visible in the repository which Achit is having, so that we can edit a code file real time. Okay, means I have made a change, that change gets visible to Achit, and then Achit made a change and that gets visible to me. In that synchronous cycle. Okay, now how to clone that repository? Same command, just go to that green button, click on code and copy that link. Okay, once you copy the link, just type the open your git bash or terminal and type the command git clone and paste the repository link and press enter. Once the press enter, now the repository will get cloned. This is the cloned repository, means the forked repository, which is into Achit's account. Okay, once you have cloned the repository, you need to go into it and type the command cd space the name of the repository, cd space the name of the repository. Just type a few letters and press the tab key, and it will auto complete the name of that repository. Okay. Once you are inside that repository, type command code space, and this command will open that repository inside your Visual Studio Code. Okay. Once the Visual Studio Code is open, you can see that the same files that I had only one file in my repository. See, which was readme.md file, and in readme.md file, what was the last thing that I made? I added a bullet. Okay, I added a bullet and that heading. Okay, so see here is the change visible. You can say that I created a file, readme.md file, made some change and shared that file over some social media, but it's not like that. Here we are using Git and GitHub for the purpose. I already explained you what the purpose is. So yes, Achit has now opened that repository into his environment, and he will now make a change into that repository. He will add another heading, and let's see what happens then, because I want that change into my repository. For example, I don't know what should be the next line that needs to come. For example, our teacher gave a task and she said you need to create a readme.md file, and Achit has to add a second heading, and Rohan has to add first heading. Okay, so I did the first heading. Now I shared that code file with Achit. Now he is adding the second heading. Okay, he has written the second heading. Now what we need to do, as I told earlier, we need to save the change. How do we save the change? First open the terminal. Okay, first open the terminal. Now you need to add that file. So type git add
You
create
can
space.
check
अब
the
we are repeating the third
steps.
time. It's the same command already visible to you on that live slide.
Okay, you can
Yes,
check
so
the
I'll be
status
sharing
of your
this another
files,
command to
like the
see
ones which
what's
you
the
have
status
changed.
of the file. For example, if you want to see what files have been added. Hmm.
Rohan, I think there's a lag between us. Like
Okay,
you're
so now
hearing
you
a bit
now have
later.
added.
Yeah.
Is it fine now? Okay,
Yeah.
so you need to add that file. So write command git space add and the name of file. Git space add space name of file. Once that file is added to the staging area, you need to commit that change. ठीक है, you need made that change. So write git space commit. See that the green line mentions that you have modified that file. Okay, so so you need to write now git space commit space -m. -m is the message that we need to provide. Okay, and in double inverted commas you need to mention your message, that is change the file, means added second heading. Okay, now once you commit this change, you will see the number of files change insertion, and now you need to push that change into your remote repository. Whose repository? Achit repository, which is git minus github minus basics. Okay, now write command git push origin main. This will simply push that changes in the readme.md file into his repository, and once he refresh that tab, he will see the second heading that he added. Okay, visible? Any problem till now? Is everyone able to follow? Okay, so let's move ahead. In slides, I have also added a git GitHub cheat sheet, and where all the commands are listed. See, these are not only the commands, there are many more, and we will be using them later. But for now, to create a repository, simply we need this command which I have told you. Okay, once the repository is created, we are done. We can now start coding. We can now start adding files to it, collaborating with others, make changes. Okay, so the cheat sheet is available in the slides. And now congrats, our first commit is done. I hope that was simple, but there is a lot more inside a repository that I need to cover. So let me share my screen again.
Should I make a PR, Rohan?
No, we will make that later.
Guys, we know the chat box is not visible. All the links are available on WhatsApp group and Discord.
Rohan, someone has raised their hand.
Hi. Can you tell me what is merge and how it is done?
Git merge command.
Yes, git merge.
Yes, see, there are many more commands. We will be discussing them later. We will be covering everything. We will be covering everything in an order. There are many more commands like for creating a branch, merging the change. We will discuss all those commands later. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so our first commit is done, and now explore few things. First we will see what is a profile page. Okay, so open a new tab and go to github.com/ your username. Okay, once you open this page, you will see a profile page. You won't see a page like this. You will simply see your repositories and the commits that contributions that you made, or the changes that you made in those repository. You will see like that. This is the GitHub graph, which shows how the green shows the commit that you made, and the gray shows that nothing was done on that day. The darker the green gets means the more number of contributions or commits changes contributions you made on that day. Okay, this is the page. You can also create a page like this. This is like a resume or profile page, and this is also a special repository. Just go here and create another repository and give it the name same name as of your username. Okay, what is my username? Vinofarji. Okay, and I will give that repository a same name, Vinofarji. Okay, once that repository is made, I will create a readme.md file, and you for styling that readme page you need to know few commands, few like tips and tricks for that readme, which you can simply google. Also you can refer my profile page and see the code base here. For example, if I go to readme.md and click on view raw, you can see that this is how a readme raw file looks like. Now to add a bullet we use minus sign, to add a heading we use the hash symbol. We can also use css like html, css, image tag, heading tag. Okay, this is how a readme raw file looks like. Once you have edited the raw file, it will be clearly and simply visible in the browser. Okay, this was the profile page. Now let us discuss a few concepts which come inside a repository. See, this is also a repository. I will explain something here. Okay, let me go into the another one, GitHub basic that we created just now. This one is fine. See, it says made the second change 14 minutes ago. This was that last commit that I made 14 minutes ago. And see the version control system, the power of version control system. It is tracking all my change. I first made an initial commit, that is I created a repository. Okay, then 19 minutes ago I created a change in the readme.md file. I added a few lines. See, if you click on this change, you will see this is the third line. I have made the change. The green shows the addition to that file and red shows the subtraction to that file. Okay, now if you click back button and go to this made the second change, you can see there I removed this line and I added this. This is the power of version control system, so that the thing we do control Z undo thing, we don't need to do that now. But since version control system is managing everything for us. Okay, so few things that I want to share inside what a repository is. This is the about section. About section just is a few lines in which tells what this repository is about. For example, this is a Hacktoberfest repository which contains git and GitHub basic command. Okay, this is the issue section. See, if a company has a project, as Dharaj showed you now, the Facebook's React project. Okay, so this is a huge project and many people are working on it, so definitely issues will come in it. Okay, so issues are listed here in this page. Issues are listed. People can simply go to this page, click on new issue and mention that issue here. Okay, here's the title of that issue. Hey, I found this issue in your repository. You have made a spelling mistake. There should be a space between A and S. Okay, and I will view that issue. I will say, okay, right, he is right. And he can also make a change and he can also create a pull request. Pull request is what? On my, instead of me doing that correction, he will do that correction in the code base, and he will request me that I have corrected the code and can you please include that code, can you please merge that code into your code base, and I will say yes, okay, this is fine, it was an issue and I am accepting your change. Thank you so much for contributing in my repository. See, why do we do contribution? To improve that thing. Okay, so Facebook's React project, we need to improve it. Okay, so people come there, report issue, someone who is more knowledgeable will solve that issue. Same thing goes along. Okay, this is the pull request tab. As I just said, the other person who made that change, how will I include that change into my repository? We will simply create a pull request. Pull request will just say, hey, this person Achit Jain made a change into your repository. What change? It will be visible here, and once that change is made, it will state that it will give me an option to merge that change, means include that change into my repository, and I will then simply press the merge button and that change will be visible into my code base. This is another automation CI/CD feature provided by GitHub, as I stated earlier, GitHub Actions. This is a project tab, this is wiki, not of much use. And here's the important settings tab. Here you can rename your repository and many more things like environment variable, page hosting. See, GitHub also provides us a hosting, static hosting. Once we create a simple website like made up of HTML, CSS pages, we can host that website on our GitHub Basics. So we don't need to pay for the server, everything, etc. It is also simple. 1 minute, I will show you. Silent Z. Okay. I will go into projects. Here I create a simple Amazon clone too, and see here are HTML, CSS and JavaScript files. Okay, and I don't need to pay for the hosting and servers thing. GitHub has simply hosted this static website for me, and it is visible on this URL, GitHub winofarji.github.io, and this website will be visible here. So
I think hosting is out of scope for today's session. You can just go through it quickly.
Okay. So now let's till now we have covered many major points, and we have more questions in our mind right now, like till what is a branch, what is remote or origin, what is a PR, what's an issue, how to fork. We just saw that fork part already, and how to contribute to it, what is an organization, etc. Let us cover them all quickly. Okay, what is branch? By default, we have the main branch in our repository where we are working, and it is also our main branch. And see, in case you want to make another, you have a large code base, okay, and you want to make changes to it, and you are unsure that it can break your original code. So what will you do? You will create another branch. You will say that trial branch, and you will make that change, and once you are satisfied, you will merge that change into your base branch. Okay, this was branching. It is more deep, but it is not the time to explore that now. Currently we are covering basic. What is remote and origin? A remote is a common repository that all team members use to exchange their changes, where origin is the source. Okay, so the remote lies inside the repository, and it is common to the it is a common point where all people can push the change or work on it. And origin is the source from which the repository was cloned. For example, currently Achit cloned my repository, which is GitHub Basics, and he cloned that, and he cloned from which origin? The origin was set to mine. Okay, pull request, I already told you. How to fork a repository, already covered. What is an organization? See, organization is a shared account, means not account where many people can come and collaborate. For example, that Facebook project cannot be owned by a single person. For example, ABC cannot own that single project, right? So it will come under an organization, or a group of people owns that project. Likewise, okay. So now we will make our first open source contribution, and Ajit will share his screen, and he will show how did we make that first open source contribution. Okay, Ajit, can you please share your
screen? Sure. Yep. Just 1 second. Is it visible?
So till now we already saw that he cloned. Yes, it is visible. So till now we already saw that he forked my repository, he cloned that repository, and he made some change in that repository. So for any open source repository, you need to do the same. For example, you found the React project, you found that okay, there is a spelling mistake in the readme.md file. You simply fork that project. Fork that project means make a duplicate copy of that project into your account. Once the repository is forked, what will you do? What you will clone that repository, means you will bring that repository into your local environment. Now you will once that code files and code base and other files are available to you, you can simply open that file and make changes to it. For example, you found the mistake was there in readme.md file, you open that file, corrected the change. Okay, here we are till now. Achit has opened that repository, he has made another change. Achit, can you add another line, like third heading? This is the third heading. Okay, so he is adding the he is adding another line, he is making another change in readme.md file. He is adding a third third line. Okay, so now what we will do, same step, commit, add, commit, and push that file to the remote repository which belongs to him. And once the changes are pushed, the changes will be visible into his repository. But now I want that changes into my account, that my repository, GitHub basic that belongs to me. I want those changes to visible in my account. See, because I asked Ajit that there is a you need to add third line or fourth line, third heading. He added that heading, but it is still not visible into my account. Can you show that that repository that belongs to me?
Yep.
Yes, this is my repository. You can see that the second and third line are still not visible. Why? Because he has still not created the pull request which states that, hey Rohan, I have made a change to your readme.md file. Could you please merge into it? So we are going to do that now. We have covered 3 steps. First, fork the repository. Second, clone the repository. Third, make the change. And fourth, now we will create a pull request. So how would we create a pull request? So to create, we will go to the pull request tab. Go to the pull request tab. Yes. Now we will simply click on new pull request. New pull request. Yes. And here we have the change that we made. Ajit wants to merge that last change. So he will choose the branch. Can you zoom the page a little bit? Yes. So now he has to choose from where to where, means what is the source and what is the destination. So source is head repository which belongs to him. Okay, so he has chosen that head repository Ajit J/git GitHub basic. So this is the source. And what is the destination? Destination is base repository which he cloned, which belongs to my account. So he will choose that there. And the GitHub automation already tells us that we are able to merge. There are no issues in it. So he will simply create that pull request. Now on pull request tab, he will give his pull request tab a title, like he will say changes made in readme.md file, and in description he can write I have added second and third line as asked by you. And this will simply create a pull request. You can also follow along, copy the link of the repository, open that in your browser. Second step 4, first step 4, second step clone, third step make the change, fourth step create the pull request. Okay, now Ajit, click on pull request button. This will create a pull request and it will be visible into my account. Let me resume the screen sharing. Visible? Visible? Hello? Repository is visible?
Yes, it's visible. It's visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So here I am back to the repository, and this is my repository which belongs to my account, GitHub basics. Okay, now I'm going to pull request. I see that okay, someone has created a pull request and wants to merge some code changes into mine. Okay, so I will see okay, what is the title? Changes made to readme.md file by whom? Ajit Jain. I will click on the files change tab. I will see okay, what has he changed? He has removed my heading. He has removed the first heading and added 3 more headings. Okay, I will say okay, fine. This was what I wanted. Now I will click on review changes, submit review. This is not this should not be done by you. This should be done by me. Okay, 1 minute. What does it say? You need to leave a comment indicating requested changes. Okay, I will approve the changes. Approve changes, submit review, and I will say give him a thanks. Thanks at Ajit. I will merge the changes. Now once I click on the comment button and close with comment, merge the pull request, the changes that he made will be merged into my account. See, it says merged. Now once I go to code readme.md and you can see that the second and third heading are visible now. Okay, this was it. These were the some few basic points that we covered till now, like for example how to create a repository. In Hacktoberfest we will need to create a repository of our own for other purposes. Second, the most importantly, how to create a pull request. This is the most important part that we need to do in the Hacktoberfest, creating pull requests. In case you have any doubts, you can ask in our groups or servers. Okay, so